Okay. It says it's on the internet. Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Chanel's Reality. I'm Chanel, and this is my reality. I wanted to come on here real quick to talk about the shitty ditty of it all. You know, I call them shitty ditty here on Chanel's Reality, and it ain't changing over here. Let me just say from the beginning, from the jump, everything on Chanel's Reality is, in my opinion, is for entertainment purposes only, and it's all alleged. Even though I believe every single thing that they're gonna say about Diddy, all of it, sure do, sure do. And so it ain't changing over here. They're gonna have to show me he didn't do it. And since they ain't gonna be able to do that, he did it in my mind. So I have Melissa on here, Carmen. She's gonna talk to us about the shitty ditty of it all. I have been busy all day, you know, running ragged, you know, in my profession, seeing patients all day. And so I really all week. And I'm honestly very tired, but I just need to like woosah. You know, I want to have a little bit of fun before I go to bed. You know what I'm saying? And before the people get in the comments, it's not changing over here. Okay. I was saying earlier because for some reason I hit live and it didn't go live for some reason. So we hitting live again. But I was saying earlier, like, you know, a lot of people will definitely, you know, blame Cassie. They sitting on ready to blame her for every single thing. They're gonna blame her within an inch of her life, no matter what happens, no matter how much proof that the prosecution or whomever shows of the egregious behavior that this man has had over the past, at least in her lifetime, 10 years with her, right? It doesn't matter because I feel like there's a school of thought of people, and particularly I feel like this is my personal opinion, women, especially Black women, that are boy moms, meaning they have children that they're raising or young men that they've raised that either were railroaded by the penal system. You know, they didn't do it that time, but they did it last time. But this time they got the evidence, so they got caught this time. Or last time they did it, they didn't get caught, but they're gonna use this against them. And it's like, I don't believe all victims and all this kind of stuff, right? And mind you, these are the same people who will sit in front of you and say, well, we need to let the legal system play out. We need to, you know, it's guilty. I mean, it's innocent until proven guilty. You know, that's what this country's built on. I don't really give a shit because this country wasn't built on anything for me. Okay, let's be very clear. The people that built this country, I'm not talking about the people that were enslaved that physically built this country, but I'm talking about the people who came over here, took the land from the indigenous people, the people that was here before them, you know, and wrote the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, all that. They did not look like me. None of them were brown. I can guarantee you that, and none of them were female. So guess what? They didn't give a shit about me or anybody that looked like me. I wasn't there. And so they didn't care. Or my ancestors. They weren't there. We weren't considered. So this idea that every man, you know, is innocent until proven guilty, that's just a false narrative that, you know, that people love to say, but that's according to the law, right? According to the Constitution. It's not according to Chanel, and everything on Chanel's reality is, in my opinion. So, you know, it's according to whatever the hell I think it is. And if you don't like it, you know, switch the channel. I'm good with it. She's good with it. But yeah, those people will say, "Oh, you know what? We got to let the system play out. We got to let this legal process play out. We can't be just, you know, nailing people to the cross." Yeah, the legal system not supposed to. That don't mean Chanel not supposed to. I can do whatever the hell I want to. I'm not a legal eagle. I'm a person that's looking on, and I don't know, but based on the shit that I have read and stuff that I've seen this man do, mostly that you know, that videotape where he beats the living daylights out of her in a public place lets me know, well, this man doesn't give a shit about her, never have, and probably never will. In my mind, that's what the video said to me, and I'm not even her. So, you know, whatever her testimony is, I'm gonna believe it. Right or wrong, they're indifferent. You got evidence of someone being violent in the past. It's a good ass predictor that that person probably will be violent in the future. Doesn't mean that's always the case, but it's just a good prediction. You know, and if you don't want those types of situations to come out about you, don't be beating people in the fucking hallway, in the room, or anywhere for that matter. But anyway, you know, I when I was growing up, I would hear people say ignorance is bliss. I really didn't understand it until I became an adult, really. And to me, what it means is, I was giving this example earlier about like something was happening in Texas. There was some, you know, school powwowing that happened, and I feel like it happened in West Texas, like near El Paso, because I remember Beto. He was a presidential candidate a few times against that guy that's in the office now, and I remember it was something that happened under his, I don't know if he's a mayor or governor or whatever he is, but he's some sort of, legislative person over there. And I didn't want to, because at the time me and my husband were in Dubai. And I would see stuff on Instagram or see stuff, whatever. And I just was like, I don't want to deal with that right now. I want to be in Dubai without the wealth, because these are my people. As far as I'm concerned, these are my people, because everybody rolling up in a Rolls Royce or a Porsche or a Range Rover, or you know what I'm saying. I'm like, this is the life I need to live. Like, God damn. And I ain't living that life, but I feel like I should be, or previously was maybe in my other life royalty. I had to, man. I mean, I just listen. I'm who I am, and I ain't changing. So it is what it is. But I didn't want to ruin that vacation part for us. I wanted to stay in our little, happiness. Let's just see the people and see all these fabulous, tallest buildings in the world and all this technology. And it was just a peaceful, safe place. I never felt more safe in my life. I can tell you that right now. Regardless of what you'll hear on the internet, safe as hell. Okay. Or at least what you'll see in the media. So for me, it was just kind of like, okay, now that I get back, now that I got on the plane back to the United States, okay, let me see what happened. Because I don't want that. It's sad that you have to even do that. It's sad that you come to a point in your life where you're just like, I just want to stick my head in the sand, because I just don't even want to see or deal with this fuckery. Like, why are you sniping out somebody's life? Why are you beating the brakes off somebody because they don't want to do what you want, because you got anger issues, because you got conduct disorder, or you're a sociopath? What is wrong with you? And then what's worse, almost, I won't say it's worse, but it's almost as bad as the person that's beating the brakes off of people like Cassie, is these people out here that want to make her the problem. Are you serious right now? And they dead ass serious, like dead ass. They dead serious. She shouldn't have stayed. She deserved it. She wanted the life. She da 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 da. As if women are so dumb and helpless that all we can do is think about being with some rich man. It's like, find a new thing to say, because that shit is dumb and old and tired. We out here, Black women especially, some of the most educated people in this country. Let's just clock that T. Okay. I got 3 college degrees. Don't do that. Let's not do that. Nope, let's not do that. So it's not as if women are so dumb and desperate, but that's the narrative that these idiots will love, to put forth. Are there men out there that have wealth, and is that attractive? Yes. But guess what? That man with that wealth, and he don't even have to have wealth. Let's be clear. I remember this was years ago, but I was like, oh, I think I want to be kept. I want to be a housewife. No, I don't. Because about 5 days in, everybody else that I know works. So it's only so many days. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. I might work. You know what I'm saying? Plus, my husband was never this way, but I don't need you asking me what the hell I'm buying, how much I spent. Nah, that don't work for her. Might work for other people. And to me, even if you're not trying, even if you the best husband in the world, it comes off as controlling, you asking me what the hell I bought and how much I spent. I don't need that. So therefore, she went back to work. She went and got a goddamn job. I did it for about a year. I ain't like it. I'm not into it. Some people are. And if you are that person, then, do you. But this idea and this narrative that, women are so helpless and we so dumb and uneducated and stupid and we can't do nothing in life, that all we can aspire to is some man taking care of us. Like, knock it off. Stop it. Full stop. Let's stop with the fuckery, because I can't. So, but anyways, now that I got that out of the way, there's going to be lots of women and people who are going to attack this lady within an inch of their life, because they just trying to take down another Black man, and he powerful and he rich and they mad and he was about to do this and that in life. And no, this is about taking down an egregious, what it looks as, I'll say, accused of all kinds of sexual deviancy, and allegedly raping people and forcing people into sex trafficking and all this. That's who we trying to take down. That's who, not some just good to do person that happens to be Black. And let's keep it a buck. It don't have nothing to do with Black. It has to only do with the fucking, I would say, domestic terrorist. Now, if he did it on other islands or other places in the world, then he an international, worldwide terrorist. But as far as this trial is concerned, he's a terrorist as far as I'm concerned. He was terrorizing people. If you believe all of the things that you see on the internet, all the evidence that's out there, and some of the people that say that they witness things, I'm just saying. So, with that being said, I'm going to let my little sis talk to us about what transpired over the, I guess, the past few days or today. I don't know how much you've watched. I haven't watched any of it, so I don't know anything other than it's predictable that people are going to try to, paint this narrative that this lady is some hoe and that she was into it and she was a drug addict anyway. And that's my prediction of what probably happened. But I'll let Carmen go ahead and let us know what really happened. Go ahead, Carmen.
Well, for starters, Cassie is already under attack.
Mm.
I'm not sure exactly what the specific lie was, but it was reported that Cassie stated that she saw with her own two eyes Diddy hold her best friend over a balcony, 17 stories high, and beat her with a hanger. On the stands, they said Cassie recanted and said, "I saw the hanger." However, today what they did, they basically scrutinized and ripped her apart to make her look like, this is not sex trafficking. Look, he was protecting her in ways as well. He told drug dealers not to sell her drugs. She went hunting for drugs on her own because she wanted to get high. She volunteered to go set up these freak offs. She was going to go set them up herself. These are what the text messages is showing. However, you have to keep in mind, this is at the beginning of their relationship. So this is when everything is still, like, oh, I'm young. I'm having fun with this man. He got meals. You know what I mean? I'm living his life I ain't never lived or even thought I was going to have. And so people is looking at her now like, a bitter ex-girlfriend because she would run off and have affairs with other people and then get back with him. Well, damn, he come hunting her down. She don't answer the phone. Security start hitting her phone. Then they come find her physically. So yeah, today was about making her look like a willing participant. And so what I witnessed online is a lot of people saying, oh, well, we don't see a RICO. We don't see a RICO. Well, it's only day 4 of this investigation, which may go into damn near 2 months long. So they're not even there yet. Right now, they're trying to destroy Cassie's character to take away her credibility. Okay. And then the fact that she did state on the stands that, she wrote this book and she wrote it because she wanted him to read it so he can know what he did to her. He wouldn't do that. So she threatened him with a lawsuit. And she said she just threw a random number out there. And to her surprise, he settled within 24 hours. Right. And gave her $20 million. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Is it my computer? Am I muted? Hold on. I can't hear you, sis. I think it's my computer. Hello? Oh, yeah, so she says she threw out a random number, and to her surprise, he settled within 24 hours, and that's how she got the $20 million. She never expected to really get any money from him. It was just to scare him into reading her book. And so they're scrutinizing her over the internet. Oh, she was a willing participant. Oh, well, ultimately, even Kaya, ultimately, this is what she wanted anyway. Only thing she wanted out of the whole situation was fame, and now she got it. I cannot hear you through my computer, but I can see you talking, and I'm glad you can hear me. But that's what happened today. And tomorrow, it's tomorrow it's supposed to get even more aggressive. Okay. And tomorrow it's supposed to get even more intense. And remind you, this lady is 8 months pregnant. I can't hear you. Yeah. And they are like, it was so horrible. I'm gonna have to send you the link to the whole transcript of the question and stuff. I know you don't want to, but you need to. Yeah, they stripping her of all her credibility, or they're attempting to. But there's a lot of people like me who's like, okay, it was the beginning of her career. Because we can't. We also have to keep them. You also have to keep in mind too that consent can be withdrawn at any time. But that was part of what they did, right? They proved through her questioning and answers that she was going out buying her own dope. But mhm. And she was also getting into fights with him because she was stealing his drugs. Yeah, and they asked her, "So were you stealing his drugs?" And she said, "Yeah, I was stealing his drugs." I still can't hear you on my computer. No, I'm listening to you through my phone. Hello? See, I can still only hear you on my phone. like through our conversation on the phone. I'm connected to the internet in the house. Like there's no glitch. We just can't hear you.
I know, but on my end, what I'm saying to you is the internet is really mixed. Can you hear me now?
Only on my phone.
But let me just go in the settings real quick and see if maybe there's something wrong. There's probably is.
Okay, I can hear you now on the computer.
You know what it is? This damn headphones. I know that's what it is. Where are my damn headphones? What it is? This damn headphones. I know that's what it is.
Your Bluetooth on your computer.
It keeps connecting to my damn Bluetooth. That's what's happening. Okay. But you can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so they probably didn't hear most of what I said, but it's fine. It is what it is. People know how I feel. But no, what I was saying was that the defense and the prosecution, they have the same essential task pre-trial, which is let's poke holes in each other's story. But pre-trial is their job is to get as much evidence presented to the people or to the judge, let me say it like that, as they can to prove their case or disprove someone else's case. And the judge's job, essentially, and I'm not an attorney, but I'm just saying, in my mind, this is how it goes now. The judge's job, essentially, is to be like the interpreter of the law, to say, no, you can't put in the 5 times, the cops were called in his 5 previous relationships where there was, statutory this, or there was some sort of, domestic dispute. You can't do that. It'll prejudice the jury against him or her or whatever. So that's what's preliminary stuff. So then once all of that has been decided upon, so to speak, what they're going to allow in, then it's let's make sure we have enough expert witnesses. So those are the doctors, the cops, the 911 callers, the psychologists, and then the defense's secondhand version to destroy whatever the state's psychologist said. And it's that type of stuff, right? The evidentiary stuff that you can't really, you have to take in consideration. Let me just say it like that. And it's really going to be subjective because the people on the jury are just like me and you. Most of us are not legal eagles. And so therefore, if we didn't go to school to learn law, we just using what our best guess is and, the evidence that they gave us. And honestly, your opinion and your feelings. People love to say, oh, we need to take our feelings out of it. And I keep saying and yelling to these idiots, we're all emotional beings. So unless you're a sociopath or a psychopath, it's nothing wrong with having happiness and joy and depression sometimes, you know what I mean? Or being angry or whatever. It's a natural response to human life. It just is what it is. But people would love to just say, women we're just so emotional. And I'm just like, shut the hell up with that book. Like I can't with ignorance. So at any rate, so what has happened and what I predicted would happen is, they're going to attack this lady within an inch of their life. But that's why I could never be a defense attorney for a criminal, because I can't separate and compartmentalize my integrity and how I'm gonna, how I'm gonna live my life on this earth for money. And that's what you have to be able to do, in my mind, if you're gonna be a a criminal attorney, defense attorney. You're just gonna have to, because it's about, at the end of the day, protecting and getting your client off, and that's all it's about. And I'm sure there's plenty of lawyers out there that know that they client did it. They know they guilty, and that's why you have what do they call them, the court appointed attorneys, because you either can't afford it, but you still, at least in our constitution, you still should have the right to have a fair trial or have some sort of representation, because they, the justice system knows that everybody's not going to be able to afford it, and they certainly not going to be able to afford a good lawyer, so you just, you rolling the dice. So you said people were saying that they don't see RICO. Maybe they don't understand what RICO charges are.
Right. So they was saying like, we don't see the RICO, we don't see where he gonna get a RICO charge stick to him. We don't see where he gonna get sex trafficking. And I'm like, so y'all not familiar with how this process go? You gotta
No, they
first pick
yeah. They not. Go ahead.
You gotta first pick apart the characters of the witnesses, right? And that's what they did. And they're gonna continue to do tomorrow to this 8-month pregnant woman. And so they were looking to try to see her emotions, and she like cool and calm on the stand. They say no emotions. Like at one point, she laughed and giggled whenever they read a message. So she told them, "No, you read it because it's funny to me." Whatever message it was, I can't remember. Girl, I was in. I had it planned since the time I woke up this morning. Every time I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's still playing. I'm on another channel. Now I'm on Law and Crime. Sidebar.
Right. Oh, I like them.
Yeah.
I like them because I think I would say that they are fair and impartial most of the time. Meaning they're just giving what happened. Sort of like C-SPAN. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
I was
C-SPAN
on Ratchet, Ratchet in Dallas. The hood journalist.
I don't know.
That's my
Ratchet is
boy.
in
He
Dallas.
sold off, but that's my boy. I don't care what nobody say about him. That's
Why
my
can't
boy.
I get that? Hold on. Go ahead. I'm listening, Carmen.
And so yeah, that's why that's who my sources is. Ratchet TV, the hood
That's
journalist.
your source. I love it.
Because that's what he do. His whole channel is about breaking down
What
cases.
is happening? Can you hear me still?
I can hear you.
Okay, because I don't know what happened to my. Hold on. What is going on? Okay, well, clearly I'm over here. What is happening? Oh, okay. I found myself. Okay. Because I wanted to add this little, the definition of RICO. Racketeering, let's see.
So they know Rico would definitely come up.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Let me see. I should be able to add this to my little screen, but it's. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see.
Your picture is glitching like your video, but your audio is good.
Yeah, I see that. I don't know why that's happening. That's so weird. Okay. So, Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organization Act, which is RICO, it's basically saying, it says, made criminal enterprise or illicit activity that's run out of a business illegal and applied harsh penalties to those who engaged in it. So the RICO really, to me, oh, he's saying put up my fair use. Thanks. Look, fair use, fair use, fair use. But let me put up what did I have? My little banners, everything's ledge. But the RICO is like, take this down. Okay. It's organized crime, essentially. Can you hear me now, Carmen? Or no?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your audio good.
But my thing looks frozen.
Yeah, your
I don't know
audio
what is
good.
happening, but it seems
Video.
frozen. Okay. Hey, Marcus, my boo is back. I love him. Anyway, so I think a lot of times people don't know what these words mean, so then they just go on whatever it is they think it is. But it's basically it's organized crime. And so if you are engaging in or forcing people to do certain things, it's sort of like, you remember that movie? Oh God, what is the name of that damn movie? American Gangster, where Lucas, what's his name? George Lucas. Is it George Lucas? I can't remember, but he was some sort of crime lord.
Frank
Um,
Lucas.
he was some sort of crime, huh?
Frank Lucas.
Oh, Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas. Okay. Yeah. So Frank Lucas. So he was basically, you remember how he had like a laundromat? He had like, a car wash. He was doing all of those things to cover up for the actual
It's the Rico right
crime, the
now.
criminal organization of.
Came out for Rico, and Big U is
Right.
just
That's
went
what I'm
in for Rico.
Right. But I'm saying it's usually more than one person that's involved
Mhm.
in the RICO. And so maybe some people are hanging their hat on, well, if it's just Diddy, then it can't be a RICO. You're gonna have to have some other players involved because it typically is more than one person. So, but clearly this man was running a whole ass empire. Didn't he have alcohol and clubs and all the other things that he had going on, a record label, but you still doing some other foul shit going on over here. So if you were really trafficking people and holding people against their will and making them do all this kind of stuff, that's organized crime, period. So I don't know why these people think it can't stick. It doesn't mean it will stick. But again, I think it's difficult. I haven't really seen the federal government, the feds, lose a lot. So I don't see them in the situation where it's like, yeah, Diddy's gonna out Diddy us in this situation. I think this man got away with so
I
much
ain't
for so long.
9% conviction rate.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Let me see. What did Marcus say? Frank Lucas, played by Denzel Washington.
Yes.
Hey, Marcus. I love Marcus. He says, Rico. What did he say? Let's see.
Antonio Castillo.
It's usually made to take down multiple organized crimes, and they will make sure to try to take down the multiple people in groups or groups. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what it is. Thanks, Marcus. Aw, Mr. JD, thank you. 1975. Make sure y'all go and like, share, subscribe to Mr. JD's channel, 1975. He's so cool. He's an educated Black man. They have lots of good topics over there. And it's fun. It's a good space. It's a positive, space to go talk, intelligently about, things going on in our community. I love him. Definitely go. Definitely go and subscribe. So at any rate, so do you think that from what you've been seeing, Carmen, do you think that what the streets are saying that happened today from what you saw online, you think that they're right about it, or do you think that these people are just idiots and they just don't know much and they just going off their feelings, or do you think that people
trying to
are
get that
winning right
meat. That meat. They're not waiting on the potatoes to make the whole thing. So
they don't need the potatoes?
I'm not
Thank you.
big on judging people. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. My opinion of Diddy is already formed. My opinion, because I always, even before now, I thought he wasn't nothing but a paper gangster. I ain't like, nigga, you ain't boxing no 50 cents. You ain't boxing no ice cubes. You ain't throwing no real hands like talking about. So you a paper gangster. You got money to make moves.
Yeah.
So
but you know what? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, so my opinion of him is already formed. My opinion of how this trial is gonna go, I'm still looking at him to get a life sentence because I know the prosecutors is smarter than what we know because they all have an agenda and an angle that they coming in on. And plus the feds, they don't just jump on shit. When the feds come for you, oh, they got some shit to get you. They probably had the feds in Diddy's circle.
Yep.
Like feds move like that.
Mm-hmm.
Homeboy arresting you.
You think you think that you think they gonna call, you think Gene Deal gonna come to the stand?
I don't think they're gonna put him on the stand. And the reason I don't think they're gonna put him on the stand,
Nah.
I feel like they got enough from Gene Deal all over the internet. Like he did too much. Like what the feds would have needed you would have been in a confidential space. Like
Yeah.
Jaguar Wright, she up there in the courtroom too, but she not going on that stand.
Is she?
She
Girl,
sure is.
stop.
She
What
in
Jaguar
front of
right doing in the courthouse, child?
everything.
Hello.
Baby, you could have bet your last. I could have bet my bottom dollar she was gonna be there anyway.
Wow. And that's the thing too. Like, I knew when I say less than zero about this Jaguar Wright lady, I knew nothing about her. And then it just like when I started being a content creator is when I started, like, you know how it'll recommend, like YouTube will recommend.
Your
And so she
algorithm.
like just kept coming in my feed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who is she? And I'm one of those people, I'm just like, fine, I'll click on it,
Have you heard
and
her
so I finally
sing?
clicked on it and it was on yes. Yeah. But I never heard of her outside of her hate for Sean Carter. Like, she want that man. She's been saying that Sean Carter is worse than Diddy since she started, to seem like. So I
And
think
she's
Sean Carter
adamant.
might be up next. I don't know.
He's
But
adamant. His day is coming. His day is near.
you stupid. But the thing is, she's a problematic, even though I do think that some of what she's saying or has said over the years is accurate. She's kind of
She
like,
has too much
like you have
emotion
those
with what
people.
she say. That's the thing. See, you have logics and then you have emotions. Like her riff rap is too emotional. Like it's too emotionally attached. Like once you emotionally detach yourself from a situation, you can give better understanding to people who's listening to you. Well, at least for me, because you too
Mm-hmm.
biased in what you say. Like everything you say, it's gonna be hyped up. It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Like you gassing your shit up. Like, and I'm not saying to take away from nothing that she has said or alleged, but she too emotionally attached to the situation with these people. Like, I mean, she got names for them and all kind of crazy shit. It's like
The thing
if you
about
teach somebody something,
is
you're not
that,
teaching them your emotions. Teach them the facts of the situation.
well, so this is the thing. There's two things that's problematic
Yeah,
to me
federal charges
with
and state
Jaguar Wright.
possible potential.
So
Right, and that's what they want to do to Cassie. They want to bring it down
can
from
you
federal to state.
you can't you can't hear me, can you?
I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me?
My bad. I'm sorry. I was responding to Marcus.
No. You're delayed, I think, a little bit, or I'm delayed or something. But anyway, what I was gonna say is the two things that are problematic in my mind with Jaguar Wright is reason one, like you said, is emotion, right? Because emotion can cloud your the
Your
truth,
judge.
you know. Yeah, and your memory, because we can't trust our memory. It just is what it is. We want to say that we can, but a lot of times you're not going to remember it in the way you think the way it actually happened. A lot of times. But the other thing with her is, the problem is, to me, Jaguar Wright is in human form. She's like a, how you have pack rats, people that pack down stuff in their house, and and that is actually important and needed with things they don't need. And so therefore they can't give it all away. They can't throw it out. I feel like that's Jaguar right. So she has credibility, right? Because she did at least work with this man at some point. Some of the things that he have been accused of, other people can kind of say, yep, that happened. I was there. I did see this, that. So they can corroborate some of what she's saying, but then it's back. So some of it's true and some of it isn't true or half true. And so then it's like everything that's giving you credibility is the same exact stuff that's taking away your credibility, you know?
Right.
So it's like, although some of the things that she's saying, it probably has a lot of truth in it, then you say other stuff or you do other things. So you get online and anybody that maybe started off a person that you wanted to utilize to promote whatever it is your thing is today that you hate about whomever, if that person pushes back in any way against anything you say, then now that's enemy number 3, and let's ruin that person's credibility, even if they're credible. So now, like, she's done that with people that I know are honest, people who I know are gonna go and look at the facts. You know what I'm saying? They're not those content creators that are just put anything out there. Like, I'm gonna say anything and anything goes. And I know this to be true and evident with these people because I've had interactions with them. And so then it's like, I can't say now. And yeah, like people like him. I can't say anymore that I could just believe. Huh?
Mims was at the court too.
What? Oh my God, I love him. He's my favorite. He's one of my favorites. Love him. Shout out to Mims. Make it make sense. Go.
Shout out to Mims.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go. I love Mims. Oh. Shout out to Mims. That's my boy in my head. I don't know him personally, but I know him. You know what I mean? So I love me some Mims. I'm so happy for him. I'm gonna go over to his channel tomorrow if I have some time and be like, yo.
He wasn't the guest on Crime.
I mean, he got a lot of subscribers anyway. I'm sorry.
I'm sure he's affiliated with them. Like, he has an acquaintance with them, is what I meant.
Yeah, he's had attorneys on his show. That's why I'm saying when she goes and try to discredit people like Mims, that's when it's like, girl, like, stop. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, he's not that type of content creator. He's not a person has.
It was the other one, not Crime Law.
He was in a suit, Carmen? Was he in a suit, child?
I didn't see him. I was on another platform and Mims came up, but there Armand is the one who saw Mims there at the court. Armand said, yeah, Mims was there. Shout out to Mims.
Look, JD says, I want Mace to hit the stand. Listen, if you go listen to Mace and some of the stuff Mace has said about Diddy, I'm like, listen,
on the stand.
Mace is like, about me. Yeah. Hey, Nay. Hey, boo. Hey. Love me some Nay. Love her. Let's see. JD says, what did he say? I have a lag for some reason. I don't know why. JD says she was blackballed in a lot of ways in the music industry. Pause. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And I don't know Jaguar right, but
they blackballed
from the little small I have to get off this stream and get on another stream. I hate that it's like lagging like this. I don't know what is happening.
Lagging bad.
Ooh, and it's almost 11 o'clock. I need to go to bed. I got shit to do.
Me too. I got work in the morning. I love you, sister.
Okay. I know. Love you too. So just give me your final thoughts before you go to bed, because I'm about to go to bed too. Anything else we should know?
Y'all, don't get your hopes up to see Diddy out here on your TV screen no time soon, other than them taking him to his cell. Because the boy going down. Them feds not finna play with him. They would not take his $50 million for a
No, they
reason.
not.
They wouldn't. That
Facts.
50 mil. Don't
Facts.
you know
I
that
agree.
New York City could have used that $50 million? They didn't want it for a
Yeah.
reason. And like I told my sister, they could have took that $50 million and found a reason to still come back and get them the next day. They didn't want it.
They don't want it. They're invested in making sure
So
that
what, like
they're
the
making an example out
cartel
of
and
him.
the mafia, we want the man. Bring me his
Mhm.
head.
Right. You a mess. Okay.
Bring me his
See,
head.
I can't with her. All right, go ahead and go to bed, boo. Love
Bye.
you.
Good
Mwah.
night. Bye. YouTube,
I'm gonna get off this
Facebook,
stream.
Instagram, Snapchat, StreamYard.
I'm playing with her.
Signing out.
I can't stand you though. I can't. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here too. I just wanted to have a little fun before I went to bed because I didn't done nothing but work all day long. So there's that. I don't know what's happening with my internet. They won't let me be great. Guys, for being a part of Chanel's reality tonight. I don't know what's happening because my internet is strong, but it just is not doing something. I don't know what's going on. And my husband's sleeping. I'm not gonna wake my good husband up in the middle of the night to come figure it out. We'll get on here tomorrow since it's Friday anyway, so I have more time to do it. But thanks, guys. For later. Bye.